Hello, everyone. This is a pre-note to the rest of the podcast. This is obviously the pilot episode, and it will be labelled so. Um, but we thought we'd just put this in here just to let you know that obviously you might see some fluctuations in audio, or you might see that the content we covered and we're getting through it and figuring it out. You'll see like the change in our, I guess, confidence as it goes into the podcast as well. So just bear that in mind when you do listen in. We do cover different things. You'll probably see like gaming and tabletop. So just think about that. Appreciate you listening. And however we post this, it'd be great if you could let us know if you enjoyed the podcast as well. So thank you very much. So I guess this is the pilot. You might not even ever hear this part because it's going to be a bit rough and ready. But for our combination of both our companies, I guess you can call it. Probably is a combination, right?
Yeah.
Collab. Maybe collab works a bit better. Of both of us coming together. So the podcast itself is going to be called Pixel Forge, and that's kind of a nod to both of our businesses that we have. With mine, it's 3D printing for tabletop games, Warhammer, D&D, and stuff like that. But I'll also have. I play video games as well, so there'll be a mixture of stuff that I'll cover.
Yeah, so same like with mine would just be like mine's obviously gaming parties, events and stuff like that. So that's like kind of my business and stuff, and obviously focusing more on this podcast to do with the gaming side as well. But yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, just to do something different, like add to the portfolio of things we're trying to do, right?
Oh yeah.
And my company name Starline Forge. That's kind of a mixture of like nods to fantasy and sci-fi, sci-fi elements of what I'm doing, but which is why the Forge is in the name for this. But yeah, this is just to add to the portfolio of the things we're doing. And it would be cool to see how it goes, and if we hit the nail on the head on some things, we might miss some things, and it's a bit wishy-washy, I guess. But you know,
yeah, it's like you said. Obviously, I guess we've been wanting to do podcasts for like a while, to be fair. So no time at the present, I guess, to get started. And yeah, my business called Gaming Party Pro. As I said, just focusing on the gaming stuff, like entertaining people. Yeah, just having fun.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think we want to do podcasts for a little while, to be fair. And I think, as I said, it adds to the portfolio, but also, and I know everybody else, every possible person's doing podcasts at the moment, especially after the pandemic. People started doing all sorts of podcasts.
It's true, isn't it?
I think it's one thing that hopefully it's entertaining for you, whoever's listening, but also it's for us to meet up and chill out and do things. And you know, sometimes when you're doing things with other people, it opens more doors to more possibilities. So we don't know where this podcast will go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's all manner of opportunities that come from it. And what you'll probably find the structure will be, if we have a structure. Again, this is the pilot, so God knows where the structure is going to go.
Who knows what direction?
But we'll cover things like I'll talk a few things about Warhammer. Sean doesn't really know Warhammer, so you'll probably see me try and cover some tidbits. I'm more than likely to get a few guest speakers as well who are much more comprehensible with the lore than I am. We'll probably talk a little bit about that in this podcast, just to give a brief overview, and then talk of things about some news. I'll talk about the website a little bit and stuff, and I'll probably talk about socials and a few people that have helped out at whatever point for the business itself. But yeah, this is just an opportunity, I guess, to give back what we know and see if that helps someone, and also shout out the people that have helped us get to this point as well.
Yeah, like Josh said, I do not know nothing about the Warhammer side of things, so that's, for me, it's just great to obviously just understand it and learn it. Obviously, just new experiences and stuff like that I'm going to learn as well, like even trying to go to a couple of the events and stuff coming up later on, just to learn about stuff as well, because I don't have no clue about it. So obviously when he's talking about certain things, it's going to go right over my head, but I'm here for it. And I'm ready to learn and stuff like that. Plus, obviously, my side, I'm going to be obviously talking about a lot of gaming stuff, the news stuff that's up and coming, Like we said, that we'll probably go to events, so we'll let you know what's coming up or if we're attending or things like that nature. So yeah.
Yeah, I think we might even try. Obviously, when we figure out a format, we can talk a little. We'll probably look at talking a little bit about PAX East now, but probably do another on the next podcast recording. Probably talk about that a little bit more extensively and talk about some upcoming events. To be honest, it's the same thing with Warhammer because you've got Skulls coming up, which we'll talk about a little bit as well, and that's crosses over both because it's Warhammer video games. So again, you'll probably find there'll be like dedicated episodes to specific events like that. But yeah, it should be good. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be interesting. As I said, it's the pilot, so forgive us. But yeah. Where do you want to start? I guess is probably
where do you
start? Where do we start? I've got a lot of. I thought I only had a few notes. There's a lot of notes on trying to explain to you Warhammer.
Yeah, just dive into the Warhammer stuff.
Yeah, all right. What I'll do is I'll cover what it is so that for everybody listening at home, I'm going to cover what Warhammer is very briefly and very broad, and I say broad in a nicer sense. Cover some of the universes there, and then I'll talk about news, the Warhammer news. Talk about Starline Forge and sort of where we're at and any upcoming stuff, and then I'll talk about some social stuff and I'm going to mention a couple of people that have been helping out with the website up until this point. So yeah, I guess Warhammer. What do you already know, Sean, of Warhammer? What are you aware of as it is?
Obviously, I know it's all like fantasy stuff with like mythical creatures and like witches and I don't know if it's golems or whatever. I don't know. Like it's just I couldn't even tell you the characters.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I couldn't even tell you the characters, but yeah, just and I know obviously the figurines and stuff like that kind of side. But that's all I really know. I don't know anything of stories or any lore or anything. I don't know anything about anything. So I'm literally
I've signed up for site.
I am literally fresh out.
There's a lot of stuff. I mean, you're kind of right with the fantasy stuff, but there's like a whole plethora of stuff. Like you said, there are technically golems, but I guess again, there's different factions that are named differently. There is a Lord of the Rings tabletop that GW do, Games Workshop do.
Okay.
So you're kind of also there as well. Okay. To be fair. But yeah, Warhammer Fantasy covers. When we dive into it more, it covers lots of different like medieval archetypes, but in a fantasy setting. Yeah. Like the Empire of Man is like based on lots of different empires from history, and it's all it's got like heraldry from knights and stuff. There's all sort of different things like that, and then you have like the bad guys, chaos and stuff like that. But it's me broadly touching on that. Okay. It's like a small drop of what's actually in the fantasy universe.
So is is that D&D? Is that connected to the same universe?
No.
Okay, I don't know. No.
However, Games Workshop had done some sort of D&D type stuff before, way back. Okay. But no, D&D is not connected now at all. It's a separate thing. It's
okay.
Is it Wizards of the Coast D&D? I always get this muddled up because I know Hasbro do some stuff as well. I'm pretty sure it's Wizards. I'm pretty sure it's Wizards of the Coast. But anyway, so D&D is a separate thing, and I'm sure we'll cover those as well because again on the website I've got D&D stuff, and that's another thing entirely. But yeah, and then in Warhammer Fantasy, which you'll notice with 40k, you have different god types. So there's a couple of good ones, and you have like evil gods and chaos gods. But you'll see that crossover between 40k and fantasy. Now, I say fantasy, there's actually currently, the current timeline is Age of Sigmar. So in Warhammer Fantasy, which is what I was talking about, the Empire and stuff, there was an event called the End Times, which in Vermintide, partially that's happening, which is why all the Skaven and stuff are there, because the End Times is happening. So when the End Times happens, it's effectively the end of the world. And then it transitions into Age of Sigmar. And then with Age of Sigmar, you then have the Mortal Realms, which is kind of the world revamped too. And they're like planes of existence for all the different types of gods and creatures that are there.
So it's almost like a Big Bang.
Yeah.
It's almost like a Big Bang and they just
reset. Basically. Yeah,
it's a whole reset.
Yeah. And so you have things like, you have different factions. You have Order, Chaos, Death, and Destruction, and different creatures and different people
That sounds
aligned.
totally similar.
Yeah, it is. And they all tied. So like Order will be the Stormcast, which are souls of the dead heroes that Sigma, who's the big bad, the big good god, puts them back into like suits of armor.
All right.
Stuff like that. And you also have now the cities of the free guild cities. So they're humans that live within the planes of those planes of existence.
Okay.
It's all, you'd have to read a book.
Jeez,
it's all, there's a whole thing. Yeah. And then you have like Nagash, she's one of the Lords of Death and stuff like that. And then you have in Destruction, you have all the other Chaos gods like Khorne and Nurgle. And each god has its own flavour, so to speak. Nurgle's just poisons and bloating and cesspools and it's all of that stuff. It's nasty stuff. Yeah. It's like if you didn't clean a toilet for a month. It's basically like that. You can imagine that. Yeah. And that's fantasy and Age of Sigmar. So as I said, that's one section of the whole thing. And then you get to Warhammer 40k. Now 40k, it's kind of a similar deal to fantasy, but it's obviously all sci-fi. It's grimdark, so it's like the future, but if it was kind of screwed up and everybody lives like there's millions, obviously all the planets. There's like bajillions of people, and like there's no real structure to it other than there's no structure to it other than like when people are born and almost predetermined into the role that they're going to do in their existence. So it's
literally just straight survival. Like if there's no order, like.
Yeah, there's order, but order in the sense of like you'll be born and you're probably already pre-assigned a role that you'll do when you become an adult.
Okay.
And it's kind of like society now. Like you're only gonna get the good Imperial jobs if your family line has continued to have good Imperial jobs, because a lot of people they live in these big hive cities, and these hive cities they have millions of people living in them, and they just some people get by, some people don't. It's all a whole class system. It's very the Necromunda. That's a really good place to start because that's one of the game systems that's set in 40k universe. That's a good game system to understand gangs within those cities.
Yeah.
So you have gangs within the cities, then you have 40k battles like the actual universe and Space Marines and Chaos and all of that stuff. So you have that. So you have 40k. So then you have the Imperium, which is humanity.
Yeah.
And they're effectively led quotation marks for the people that can't see me doing it. Quotation marks for the God Emperor, the Emperor, and he sits on a throne. He's pretty much like a skeleton because he was he was injured in battle during the Horus Heresy, which is something
like a king, like that was.
Yeah, it's the Emperor. It's the Emperor of humanity. Yeah. But we'll get Horus Heresy. I've got Heresy. I've reminded for Horus Heresy because that's a whole nother. Yeah. So yeah, Golden Throne. He's in charge. Like he gets fed psychers, like thousands of them, to keep him alive. Like they round them up. And on Warhammer Plus, there's like a Tithes episode, where they're rounding up psychers, but the psychers are like unstable, so like things can trigger them and they can do all this, go off on one and do psychic stuff, right?
Okay.
But they feed them to the Emperor to keep him alive because he's basically like anyway. It's massive suit of.
What, are they like witches, psychers, or not really?
They're just psychers. They're just people that have psychic capabilities that don't really have control over it.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's why they feed them to the Emperor because they're useless. And then so you have that, and again that's really loose explanation of that. You have other gods. You have the Chaos gods again, and they have all their different legions. You have different factions. You have Tau. They're like a space way of the samurai faction. They're all about the greater good and following peace and all of that stuff. There's them. They're not a very popular faction, just on a meme level. But that's again another kettle of fish.
So like in this universe and stuff, do they have like stuff like that? Like I don't know, like knights, samurais, and stuff. Is it just all the same like kind of character build outs? Like if that makes sense.
They do in the sense, yeah. So okay, so with Space Marines, you have different chapters. You have Dark Angels that their heraldry and how they look would typically look more like a knight. Yeah. All the armor, like the base suit of armor, is the same.
Okay.
But each chapter has different heraldry, and there are some where they actually look like knights. They have knights' helmets and stuff. Okay. I say samurai just because it's the easiest way to explain the Tau, but they're like they are the greater good. So that, like the closest thing I would say to represent them would be like the Japanese Empire, like that type of thing. They have a set of like societal rules and stuff like that, and all of that stuff.
Okay.
And then Chaos is the same thing. So you have the traitor legions, and then you have the loyalist legions, which we'll get into Horus Heresy. You have that as well. And so those are two separate factions. You have the Orcs, Necrons, Tyranids. Tyranids, you'll know if you've played Helldivers. Tyranids are basically the bugs. The Astra Militarum, which is the Empire of old. They Imperial Guard of old. They are the Helldivers. Like that's the comparison for people that aren't don't know it too much. And there's lots of that stuff. 40k is great. I like fantasy, but 40k is much more my speed. I'm much more into sci-fi than fantasy, but I love both.
So if I was to begin starting anything part of this, what's a good starting point to then veer off into certain things, I guess?
How long's a piece of string? I think where to start is pick the universe. If you want fantasy, start there. If you want sci-fi, start there. Once you've picked which of the two universes you want to work from, it's then just, a lot of people will say it's just down to what you think looks coolest. Same thing when you paint, like the rule of cool tends to apply when you want to pick stuff, because the last thing you want to do is go for like, let's say Tyranids. You see the Tyranids. You're not really a big fan of like space alien looking stuff, but you know that they play really well for us to play.
Yeah.
But you're not going to paint and build stuff that you really don't connect and gel with, right? Like even for me, I've got the Warhammer magazine that you can get at the moment, and that gives lots of different armies. So that's actually really good to get a good flavour of all of them.
Okay.
But a lot of the stuff I haven't built, because it's not on my hit list to go, oh yeah, I want to make sure I build that first. It'll be like Astra Militarum, Space Marines, even Chaos, because I need a faction to fight against. But I've got tons of stuff, but like those are the three that come to mind. But pick what you like the look of. If you like army and military, Astra Militarum's great.
Yeah.
Any of the Xenos is cool. If you like orcs are great for like if you just want to kit bash anything. Like you could get like, I don't know, like a airfix plane, put lots of random 40k bits on it, and say it's an orc plane, and that's fine because it's all about kit bashing.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So it just you'd have to look, pick one, and then decide that that's what you like and that's what you want to do.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Right?
But don't know if it's a controversial statement, but Games Workshop definitely have gotten better at trying to get more people in. That's kind of their focus, and now you can get like start collecting. That's the old way. Combat patrols, which are like small armies, and they're a good starter to play small level skirmish game like battles.
Okay.
So if you ever did start, they used to be called Start Collecting, which is why I said it. If you get a combat patrol, that's a perfect place to start because it's not a big money investment, but it's enough that you can build and paint them and probably never buy anything else. But you know that if you keep playing, you can kind of play with those and you're fine. And plus, the people you play, like if you play with me or our friend Chris and stuff, we've got all the books anyway, so you wouldn't even have to buy any extra stuff. You can literally just get the models, meet up with us. And plus, if you go to clubs, like clubs are great as well. You always get people that are always willing to like help out and show. And even online, like you can get pictures of the documents you need from other people in the hobby who also know the bane of kind of buying, especially like codexes. Like you'll buy a book, then a new edition will come out. You need to buy a new book of the same thing. It's just the rules are updated. It's kind of like like when you rebuy FIFA.
Yeah,
it's the same. It's just really player changes and some technical improvements. Do you know what I mean? So it's a similar thing with the codexes. But yeah, if you were going to get into it, I would just get a combat patrol, pick what you like the look of, get some paints, jobs are good, sally's your aunt, and all that jazz.
But with the say with the paints and stuff, does it have to be kind of correct, or can you just do what you want?
Do what you want.
Okay.
I would say, do you want some people probably laugh if I say do what you want. They'll be like, what do you mean? You can do what you want in the context. I would say, sorry, let me restart. Personally, I would do it in the context of look at all the different chapters, and then also look at their successor chapters. So again, this is another whole tinge. Okay, so you have each chapter. So I'll do Ultramarines because that's what I'm going to paint. I'm sure someone will comment about doing Ultramarines. Ultramarines, they're blue with gold. They're the Smurfs, but they'll have several successor chapters underneath them. So they'll have Ultramarine chapters that split off, and they have their own sort of followings of the Codex Astartes, which is like the set of rules that Space Marines go by.
Okay.
But you might find that like you'll go down into that, and there'll be a chapter where they're all blue, but one of their pauldrons is green or something. So like you can kind of mix that up if you want to follow successes. But to be honest, you can also absolutely do what you want. If you like the color red, but you don't want it to run it as Blood Angels, who are typically red, and you want to run it as an Ultramarine. As long as you and the person you're playing against agree that, okay, I'm playing against Ultramarines, it really...
Yeah, but if you're saying, if I had the red, but you're saying it will be as like a Blood Angel, but if my character is not reflective of Blood Angel, does that automatically make him a Blood Angel because he's red?
No. No. Because you have the successor stuff,
yeah,
and also using your imagination. You don't have to be like, oh, that's a Blood Angel. And plus, if I said, oh, look, it's a Blood Angel, you would correct me and say, no, actually, it's a successor chapter to this. Or you can make your own chapter and say it's your own chapter and do all that. Like there's a few, because successor chapters are almost imaginary, again, quotation marks, in the sense that they do pop up in the lore, but it's like just extra chapters. Because realistically, the main chapters, Ultramarines and stuff like that, Raven Guard, they're all the main chapters. They are the first line of the chapters.
Yeah.
So you can kind of do what you're on. Controversial statement, maybe. So I'm sure someone will correct
someone,
us.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll get a hot email from that. Do you know what I mean? And then lastly on that, and then I'll let you cover some gaming stuff, is the Horus Heresy. So this is pre-40k. This is during 30k, 30,000 years of the Warhammer universe.
Okay.
You have the Emperor and you have all of his sons. It's 13 chapters. 2 chapters are AWAR, and then you have all the other chapters and everything else. There's a civil war.
Okay.
And that civil war effectively splits all the brothers up. The Horus Heresy is Horus is one of the Primarchs. So the Primarchs is like the Primarchs are the sons of the Emperor, but they're like these superhuman beings, like gods, right? And then their gene seeds, so basically their DNA is what creates their chapters that follow underneath them.
Okay.
So again, using Ultramarines, Robute Gilliman, he's one of the sons, but he's the Primarch of the Ultramarines. So every Ultramarine that followed him comes from his gene.
From his DNA.
Yeah,
okay.
Basically, yeah. So all of those out, and yeah, so you have the Horus Heresy. So Horus turned against the Emperor, and there's a whole miranda of stuff that happens.
So is there like pictures online of like, is it almost like a family tree? Is that almost what it is like?
Yeah, you can find a family. Actually, so there's 2 things to that. There's one, you can find a family tree, 100%, and also I can't forgive me, I can't remember the channel or the people, but I remember seeing this thing where someone's literally made like a graph
whole thing
of the books to where to read during the Horus Heresy. So the first 4 books, they're kind of 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Then everything goes everywhere else, and then it's kind of figuring it out. But I would say, like, you can get pictures and get experts of the books and stuff to read up on. Horus Heresy is a lot. It's still going on now. Oh, did they just finish it? The books have been going on forever. Yeah, so they're only just getting to the end of that now. But yeah, that's Warhammer in the broadest sense. I probably butchered it in some senses as well, even being that broad.
Hey.
And yeah, so there's a lot to think about. You never know, you might get into it.
That is a lot to think about already.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? There's a lot. That's condensed.
Bloody hell.
That's condensed. That's why I had to put bullet points to make sure I didn't go off on a tangent, because it's very easy. When we get Chris on the podcast, tangents will become a thing, because he's like a proliferer of knowledge. But anyway, that's for another time. That's for another time. And yeah, anyway. Right, so I think that's enough Warhammer for now, because there's more to come, funny enough, because of Pixel Forge. Did you want to cover a couple of topics from your side?
Yeah, we got
and talk us up through that.
Yeah, a couple of gaming headlines that's been happening over the last week or 2. To be fair, I say on the 15th here we just had Doom Dark Ages just drop.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously on Game Pass there if you're on Game Pass, which I recommend everyone gets. Very biased right now.
Yeah, not being paid, by the way.
Not being paid.
Right.
But yeah, it's obviously on PlayStation and stuff like that as well. So, but yeah, I've been playing it for a few hours here and there. I think I'm on chapter like 3 or 4 at the moment. I know it's got like 22 chapters, so I'm only still at the beginning.
I think I'm just ahead of you, actually.
So yeah, really enjoying it though. Obviously, like the movement is sometimes a bit desirable, like certain points, but I think the mechanics of it it's not bad. Like from like Eternal to this, like you can definitely feel a shift You definitely feel a little bit of a shift.
I'll be honest, I don't like it at all.
You know? That's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I said this to Jacob and Jamelia actually. I was like, what have they done to Doom? Like, it just feels like it's so stripped back.
I get it.
There's not even glory kills.
No, there isn't. Yeah.
What do you mean? And even like the intro, when I think of Doom 2016, you know, like you're laying in the chamber thing. You punch the zombie dude in the face, then you end up having the pistol in your hand, and then you just go about your day and it's epic, and you've killed someone already. Do you know what I mean? With this, it was kind of like, oh yeah, he's just been shot from atmosphere.
Teleport.
Hello, I've turned up, and then it switches to the title, and there's and even the music's really cool.
Yeah.
And then they stop it.
Yeah, I don't know why they cut that. The music just that was setting the tone like for everything. Yeah. And just literally just got cut. Like I was like, okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
But to be fair, it's a good game. But it's to me it feels like a bit refreshing. Like at the moment to have it.
Yeah, as much as I'm critiquing the elements of game, but the game itself's fairly solid. I think even me and Jacob had the conversation. It's pretty in line. Like the game's well made, so the game itself is well made, and there's not any issues with that, and it plays well. But it's just I think the elements of Doom that make Doom have been reduced to some. Like even the music, I was thinking even the music seems quieter during the battle sequence, and I remember it being in 16 and Eternal. I feel like I could almost hear the music more than the.
Yeah, I think they should have definitely dialed up the music a bit, and like I say, the cutscenes seem okay. Like they're not, like I say, as entertaining as they should be, but it's all in all, I think it still is a decent game right now to have. Like, because still, obviously, you're still waiting for a lot of games to come out.
To be fair,
that's
true. It is fair. That is fair.
I said we just had obviously Doom. Like before that, it was the only thing like maybe South of Midnight. Say PlayStation 5 owners got Forza.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like this. So it's like there's not really much that's been popping up. To be fair, we still got. I say it's still kind of just middle of the yearish. So we still got Gamescom, Summer Games Fest coming up the next couple of weeks as well. So there'll be tons of announcements and maybe shadow drops. Maybe hopefully.
And we got Skulls. Don't forget Skulls as well.
Warhammer
gaming stuff as well.
There you go. So there's still a lot of stuff up and coming, so we'll get a lot more info as the weeks go on. Let's see what we got next. Super Nintendo. Nintendo opened another store in San Francisco.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Once again, not.
Once again. Hopefully, maybe Europe gets something, whether it be here, like in London, Paris, anywhere like that. To be fair, like Germany, like I feel like there's so many opportunities they're missing out on. Like, because obviously we would have a field day buying stuff. Like Europe here, we'll just be buying up everything. We're absolutely insane.
Especially UK. We buy everything.
Everything. And the store looks decent. Like obviously, seen the layout of the store. I've watched a couple of videos here and there, so I've seen the layout of the store. Looks a lot different from the New York store as well. So
they've got exclusive stuff as well, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they've been getting stuff that obviously New York don't have as well. So, which is fun for them, I guess. They can travel from one to the other. We don't have that luxury at the moment. I mean, if you go on holiday to San Francisco, let me know. I'll give you a list to buy me some stuff.
Saying that, I think I wonder if they will, because you know they're building the Universal Park near Blue Water. I wonder if...
I don't think they're going to put the Nintendo thing in it, the world.
I wasn't going to say that, but I'm wondering if that will help Nintendo decide to put something in the UK after having a theme park of that scale.
Because they've put Nintendo, was it the world in... Is it in Japan? It's in Japan.
And it's in the US.
It's in the Florida, I believe. Yeah. So we'll say we do, if they, like, say, do the Universal here, hopefully they want to act on it and put a Nintendo World in there. It'll be super fun, like, just to have it, to be honest with you. Like,
and even if they don't, even if it just encourages Nintendo to put a Pokemon Center, like in London,
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see. I hope so. I would like a Pokemon Center.
That's another one, yeah. Pokemon Center.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like,
Japan's got like 15, 20 of them.
yeah,
Just scattered.
It is a Pokemon Center.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
insane.
And I mean, Japan even have the drains. You know, the water, the sewage drain covers.
Yeah.
In each city, they have like Pokemon ones. It's like, it's great to laugh.
This is what we need. I mean, we only get like the championship once a year here in February, which I did attend.
Is that a subtle plug for your YouTube?
A little bit. But I didn't actually record it.
Oh,
no, I didn't. Remember, obviously, people don't know out there, I was recovering from surgery. So I didn't have the best of time at the show.
Oh, that's good. Now you make me look like an absolute idiot.
Well, I did go along to it. It was good. Obviously, just soaking it all in, watching all the tournaments. Just having fun. Obviously, took my daughter to it, so she enjoyed it. Had a good time. But yeah, we need to have more of these little events. I mean, obviously, you got with the Warhammer stuff, you have the pop-ups, like the meetups.
Yeah.
Same thing. You have the meetups as well, but same thing like the Warhammer.
Yeah, we just had Salute and stuff as well, which is pretty good. And then I mean, even then, America gets a lot of stuff like Adepticon and stuff. There's a lot of stuff, and even looking today, there's a lot of stuff outside of London. In London, it's quite difficult to get a lot of those types of events that are specific. At least from what I've seen, I could be completely not looking at it properly, but
yeah. All right, and another one, still staying on Nintendo. Switch 2, around the corner. It's not too long now.
Yeah.
It's that 3 weeks.
Is it really that soon?
Yeah.
I'm going to wait till next year.
I'm the same. I didn't pre-order it. I wasn't rushed to go get it. I mean, the only game that I would get on it if I was going to get it right now is just the Mario Kart.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, I at first I was like, oh yeah, I definitely want to get it at launch. And I was like, as they started announcing the features, I was like, and also, might I add, they were referring it to the original designed Nintendo Switch, not the newer one that has the bigger screen. So them going, the screen's bigger.
Yeah.
Been there, done that, my friends. Thank you very much.
There you go. But I mean, that's not cool. I mean, with the camera and stuff, how you can play with your friends. That feature is pretty cool.
The mouse that everyone was going off about.
I'm not sure how I would. Would you even use a mouse?
Unless they start releasing strategy games on there, I can't see why.
Because obviously, I play a lot of handheld. I literally play my original Switch in handheld mode the whole time. I don't.
Yeah, right.
I rarely play it on TV. Like I probably play it 3 or 4 times out of the year on the TV. Literally. So I can't imagine me sitting on on a bus or a train, trying to use the mouse on my knee. Like, I just probably look crazy. I look insane. Like, just imagine trying to play that. I'm not sure what that game's called. The one with the wheelchairs. Obviously, it looks like Rocket League.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And I'm on the bus, and I'm trying to, do you know what I mean? Like, see me just trying to.
I wouldn't do it on a bus.
Your driver might try and drop the ramp for me.
Yeah.
Pick it off.
Stop. Oh no, that's peak. Oh.
But the features on it, as I say, the mouse, it wouldn't be 100% using that. It's good that it's like 4K and stuff like that.
So to the extent of the Xbox One, and the PS4.
This is it. So like, where like rumored games are like Red Dead Redemption 2 and stuff like that. I'm not sure how it's going to look and even run.
Do they still do that cloud stuff? You know, like where you buy the cartridge and it's still on the cloud anyway?
Yeah, they've got the virtual cartridge now.
So I reckon that's how all of that's going to run, on the cloud. But no one will complain, because they complained about everybody else doing cloud stuff. And like what came out, that was only, was it Forza that just came out, where it's only like 20 gig on the disc?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's nothing, yeah.
Everyone kicked off about that, but they won't kick off about Nintendo having nothing on the cartridge. No. It's all cloud.
Nintendo gets a lot of grace for everything.
Sometimes they're crazy moves. Look at the Wii U. Anyway, that's another issue.
I loved the Wii U. I'm not going to lie to you. I actually loved it.
You're the reason it lasted so bloody long.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I played so much of that.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember I bought a Wii U thinking that I'd have people over to play it, And then I realised I don't have a lot of friends.
It's amazing. I mean, you had obviously Netflix on there and stuff. Yeah, it was quality. I still use the Wii U right now for the parties for the kids and stuff.
All right, well, that's parties for kids. That's enough. Okay, we can. I thought you was going to say. I thought you was going to bust your Wii U out now and start playing.
I'll go get it if you want.
No, absolutely, absolutely not. No, thank you. As much as I say that, I started using my 3DS again.
Yeah, a lot of people have gone back to 3DSs, PS Vitas.
Yeah,
a lot of these older handhelds everyone's going back to.
I think the only trick I've had is I forgot that they closed the Nintendo stores because what I thought I was going to do is buy all the because I've got Pokemon Blue, Red, and Yellow, and a couple of Mario games, but I forgot to go on there to make sure because I think they discounted everything.
I think in the end there was I think a few weeks before they were like dropping prices and stuff and making sure everyone can get what they can.
But then randomly I don't remember I had Mario Kart 7 attached to my account. I don't remember buying it.
It was a free gift.
Yeah, thanks Nintendo, I guess. Yeah, not a clue. Yeah, so.
Yeah, the old handhelds, everyone's definitely been popping up with them.
Yeah, because I wanted to play the old Pokemons because I miss playing them, and I keep seeing like on TikTok and stuff where you got the guys that are selling those handheld emulator things. So I'm like, they just like at first I was like, oh, and then I was like, I'd rather just get a Game Boy and do it properly.
I mean, they're fun. Don't get me wrong, because obviously you can load thousands of games in it, but this nostalgia of actually having a Game Boy in your hand or, like say, a PSV or PlayStation,
it's different. Yeah,
it's all different.
Mm-hmm.
Like it feels authentic.
Yeah.
It's just weird. Like, I can't imagine doing that. I see them. I think my friend used to have one as well when we went to school and stuff. He used to have something like that. And he had all like the Neo Geo stuff on it. And stuff
really?
Like,
yeah, right. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I just don't want to get involved in it because I was like, I just want to get everything original.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah.
That's it.
I switched to wanting original over emulation quite quickly.
Yeah. I think even like trying to download games is just long. Like you just want the physical discs, and that's why my collection for discs is quite big. Like to be honest with you, but now obviously companies are kind of pushing digital more. Like even the releases of games now, you're getting the deluxe or whatever package.
It's a digital,
it's a digital code. So you're getting the steelbook
just
case,
an empty book. Yeah, why? Yeah.
What's the point of that?
Yeah.
And you're paying a stupid amount for it, like over £200 sometimes for these things, and you're not getting no disc.
To be fair, I did go through a phase where I didn't mind that because I was buying digital anyway. So when I was doing that, I was just buying the digital deluxe.
Okay.
But I don't know. I went through a phase where I just wanted digital. But anyway, that's probably another episode's discussion about digital and physical.
Yeah. All right. Well, another thing. Literally today as we're recording this on the 16th. Is it 16th today? Well, mine's gone blank. What day is it?
17th.
Oh, 17th today. Sorry, 16th yesterday. The Capcom Fighting Collection 2 launched or just dropped. So all them classic fighting games like Capcom vs SNK, like the Millennium, all them games.
I didn't really play a lot of Capcom fighting games like that, to be honest. It was usually either Tekken or Street Fighter. And maybe KI, Killer Instinct, a little bit.
That's coming back out again, Killer Instinct.
On
the Switch 2. I think they've announced it as well.
I thought it was just a virtual console release on the Switch.
I think it is. I have to double check on that.
Yeah,
but I heard something about that. That actually just dropped.
It's the gold edition, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, the Capcom Fighters. I mean, I know that's what we're gonna get hands on very soon.
Yes. including Onimusha 2.
Yes.
Very excited for that.
Onimusha, that's an old game now. That's probably like.
I remember playing it on the PS2.
Yes.
I don't remember when it was out. I just remember playing it.
Yeah.
But I've actually played like 3 times the re-release they did, which is obviously what they're doing.
Because on the original Xbox, it was the first one. It had 1, 2. Is it 2 as well?
I don't know about original Xbox because I had PS2 at the time, but it was all PS2. I think after 3, I think that's when it started going onto PS3. But by that point, I'd switched to 360, so I hadn't actually played the later Onimusha. But the first one's great. I haven't played 2, so 2 would be cool to play now, but play with current graphic style, which would be really nice.
And then obviously got a new one probably next year. Maybe
yes,
that
looks really nice as well. Actually, yeah,
so it should be fun.
Yeah.
Fun times. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, one more little thing sneak in there. The Gears of War movie has been given the go ahead. So I don't know who's gonna play who or what's gonna happen with character wise, like who's playing.
That's why I saw a meme of Bella Ramsey playing Marcus.
Everyone's gonna try and want to play some kind of role in this.
I know, but no, it wasn't.
Batista. Batista. Yeah,
it was Batista. Yeah. He wanted to be
Marcus.
Marcus, even.
Yeah, he wanted to be Marcus so bad. I don't know if he will do it now. I feel like then, where he was
in his prime,
he's more built as well. Like his physique,
because he's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, he's lost a lot. Because obviously after doing the Guardian stuff, I think he just
messed his body up. All of that superhero stuff mashes you up. Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes going forward. I don't know. I say who will play what character. Nothing's been announced in that sense anyway. So
we can save that for an episode when E-Day comes out, I think, or the Gears 1 when it comes out on PS5.
Yeah, Gears War 1, was it Reloaded?
Yes.
So
PS5. What a time to be alive. For PS5 players, I guess that's a weird.
I mean, they said I think they're doing the number 1 like now, and then possibly later on doing the rest of them like in a bundle.
It will depend if it sells. If it flops and people aren't that bothered to buy Gears, I don't think they'll do the rest.
But I think they should, because you can't just tease someone with number 1. That's it. And then
what do you mean? They did the Gears Ultimate Edition. We've had nothing else.
But that's number 1.
Yeah, exactly. So just forget PlayStation for 1 minute.
No, but I'm saying like if they're obviously going into that PlayStation universe, like onto that side, so like they have to give them the rest of the games. They can't just leave them. But
give it to us first. Forget PlayStation.
No, yeah, I think Xbox should definitely get it first as exclusive, like for a year or 2, then go back onto their whatever consoles. So.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll go onto Nintendo?
What, Gears?
Yeah. Used to have Call of Duty back in the day, because I had Call of Duty on my Wii U.
Black Ops, was that Black Ops 2 or 3?
Yeah, Black Ops.
Jesus mercy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so certain games can definitely work on their consoles.
I can picture Gears being on there. It's a cover shooter, and they've got cover shooters on there anyway, so I can see it being on there. Halo, I can see more so, just because it's not as graphically violent. I can see them being able to market that a bit wider than Gears.
And I think that'll probably run a bit better, to be fair.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think Gears is a bit too much going on in the background as well, and I don't know how it will hold up.
Well, if they released, it'll be Reloaded, but if they released the Ultimate Edition that they released on Xbox One, I think that would probably run all right. If they just stuck to that edition and didn't do Reloaded. But they're going to market it as Reloaded,
yeah, they're gonna
but it would be that version, because it would probably be pretty much a direct port because of the performance.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Don't know. See how it looks. Or
if
it ever comes out.
Well, yeah, if it ever happens, yeah.
If it ever happens.
Okay, is that all you've got? Is that all you had?
Yeah, that's what I had for them. Yeah.
All right. Well, I've got some news, Warhammer news, and then I've got a whole bunch of stuff actually. So Warhammer news. Most of you will probably know if you're watching this. We had the Horus Heresy 2.0 edition of the numbers. I've lost the numbers because we saw the pictures leaked of the box. Whether that's true or not, a lot of people thought it was AI. So there's a new edition of that coming out, which will be pretty cool. I don't know how I feel about the old. I don't think I have such a connection to the old style models, specifically the Terminators, that I know a lot of people are excited about. Just as I'm not a big fan of the design, but again, it's not for me. It's for everybody that's into the hobby. So I'm glad that something like that's coming out for people, because there's definitely a lot of models that I like that have re-released, like the Kazakin Lieutenant that they did for the Warhammer Plus exclusive model. Like, I'm happy that got re-released, because that's my jam. And as I said, the old school Terminator leak was the biggest thing, so that's pretty cool. And of those leaks, Games Workshop did a really good job of taking it on the chin. They have like Warhammer Community where they post all community stuff, and they just took apart the leaks and then started posting, just making jokes about it and saying, "Oh, this isn't real. This can't be right." So they kind of took it on board. And I was saying this to Chris, I think, because they've done that, rather than people riding it, they've kind of like the community's come together to joke about it rather than really take it as a serious issue. So that's good as well, and a good job on Games Workshop for that, actually. As Chris said, whoever's been doing their outreach and marketing as of late and their community stuff should get a pay rise, because they've done a pretty good job. And another thing, this is gaming. Wide Productions have announced that they will be publishing Speed Freaks, the re-release, which is an orc-based racing beat 'em up. You know, like a Destruction Derby type of race game.
Yeah.
It's like Wreckfest.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but it's with orcs and stuff, and they're re-releasing it. I think that game's had about 1 million re-releases, to be fair. But they're re-releasing that, which is pretty cool. Wide Productions are pretty well-known publisher as well, so that's also good news. I think it's in safe hands, so that's pretty cool. I think you can check out early access on Steam now if you want to give that a try as well. But they'll be talking more about that at Skulls. It's all things Warhammer the Games, which is my next point. That's on Thursday. Looking forward to that. There should be some more stuff for Space Marine 2. A few more things for like some of the mobile games. So yeah, it'll be a good event, and there'll probably be a few reveals of miniatures as well. I know there was a leak actually on top of that for Dawn of War. If you've ever played Dawn of War, I don't know if you have on PC. No. It's a strategy game. It's a strategy game. It's very, very, very popular. Dawn of War's great. There was a leak of a box set that was themed after Dawn of War, and if that's true, that would probably be a very popular set depending on what they include in there. So there's that as well. So Thursday should be some pretty fun stuff if all rumours and leaks are to be believed. Yes. So that's all the news from us. I've got a couple of bits to talk about, and I'm sure Sean will as well, because we're going to talk about, just sort of touch on our businesses a little bit to give you a bit more context to that. I know we kind of went straight into talking about hobby and things that we kind of highlighted in the week. But I guess to start, I got made redundant from my previous job. And so I decided I'd gotten to the point in my career where I felt like I was ready to take the next step on a leadership level. So I was a leader anyway, one of the leadership team, but I wanted to take the next step and be more in control of a facility or a business, right? So that's why I opened Starline Forge. And originally I planned to run it like a shop. So originally I planned to print everything, then sell it like a shop. And I realized very quickly that doesn't make as much sense for the business that I'm running as I thought in my head. I guess I could, again, it's all trial and error. It's the first time I'm doing this. I'm pretty much doing it on my own, bar getting some help from some friends, which I'll talk about in a little while. But the bulk running of the business is me. So I guess it runs into me learning the curve. And now I'll be doing print on demand. So when someone obviously makes an order, I'll print it and ship it to them. And so what I'll be doing is adding more products to the website. So I have a bigger library of product, and hopefully that people will see something they like. And again, it's all designed to be cheap. So I back Kickstarters to obviously support creators in that sense, and then I obviously can price up and sell the printed files as I want. So the idea is to either give the cheapest price possible or give the most amount of product in a buy as possible to really give you some cool basing, miniatures, scenery, and there'll all be sorts of stuff, bookmarks and stuff like that. I've got a Pokeball bookmark, by the way. So all of that sort of stuff as well. But I'm also, from that, getting into designing my own stuff. So I've started designing my own scenery and bases, which I'll be adding to the website as well. And again, I like the idea that I've kind of got into that, because originally I wasn't thinking I was going to be learning to do 3D design for one thing and create all of that stuff, but now I am. I was using Tinkercad, which is 3D software, which is free, and I've just got into Fusion 360, which is like an Autodesk software to design stuff as well. But I'm enjoying it. It's a learning curve for sure, going from what I was doing before to learning this sort of stuff. But I'm enjoying it, and I have to say, and I'll get onto socials, but Instagram's been really good response from the community, meeting and talking to lots of new people that I haven't talked to in a long time, new people that I've met. so far, I guess me being made redundant has actually been quite a good and positive change because I've started new stuff that I've enjoyed. Yeah, do you know what I mean? And I've tried other things. I've tried like the streaming stuff, getting into gaming. And I think I still, to some aspect anyway, I still want to keep that as my hobby. But I'm sure eventually I'll get that into making it more of a business element on top of the hobby. But tabletop wargaming, I can still keep it my hobby, but also add that extra bit because the files I get to sell, I can print for myself. So there's still a subjective element of positivity from that, if you know what I mean. Because sometimes when you make your hobby your work, it can affect it, if you know what I mean. Not for us, for our hobbies and what we're doing, it hasn't. But yeah, so there's that. So yeah, I as I said, it's to variety, give back to the community as well. As I said, I've met lots of great people, and they've really inspired me to want to give back to the community and all the people that I'm meeting and stuff like that. And I'll get into that when I talk about my socials and stuff. After Sean's gone over his sort of business story, I guess is what I can call what I'm doing now.
Yeah,
I think that's it. But yeah, so yeah, that's kind of where Starline Forge kicked off from.
Okay. So yeah, well, mine is Gaming Party Pro. Like I said in the beginning, I do gaming parties for like kids and adults as well. Don't get me wrong; it's not just for one. What's the word there for? It's not just one age
group.
Age group, yes. It's for any age group for the parties, and yeah, I've been wanting to do this for such a long time. I was working for a company, a rival company actually. To be fair, it is going to be my rival company.
Yeah.
So I was working for them for a little while, and even when I was doing like the parties, like I used to have so many of the parents used to come up to me like, "Oh, Sean, why don't you do this by yourself? Why don't you do this?" But I just didn't want to do it. Like I just felt like, oh, I was just cool, chilled, having fun, just doing what I was doing. And then after a while, it kind of clicked and made sense. Like I can do it. And the easiest thing for me is just obviously everything they had, I had already. I had to just get a few more bits of equipment and I was up and running. So I just loved doing that and entertaining people. And like I got the YouTube, I do that stuff as well, like the streaming. So like doing the parties and stuff is not hard for me. It's very simple as well, and it's just what I love doing as well. Like playing games and obviously like entertaining, seeing other people enjoy the games, having fun. So it's always a no-brainer for me personally to even start this. Currently, obviously, still in my like 9 to 5 job, you could say. So I haven't fully jumped ship yet to start this head on, which I am very close to doing. So hopefully watch your space because I will be on my socials promoting and pushing very soon, like crazy. Because this is what I want to do. It's what I love to do, so I enjoy doing. It's one of my passions, 100%. I've always done something in gaming. I feel like I've always gone to events and at tournaments, travelled to go to events like in other countries and this and the other. So like I've always, this gaming just been my passion since I was young. So I've if I can give back certain points, I'll do that all day. Like
yeah, man. It's nice being able to work at the thing that you're into. That's the biggest thing. Like where I worked before, I was into it, but like this is like the thing I was into about it was only a fraction of the whole job. Whereas with this, it's just the job. Do you know what I mean? And even like some of the files and stuff. Sure, I've got STL files that, like the product files that link more to tabletop wargaming, but like I've got files that aren't just that, and this is like bookmarks and storage systems. I've got a paint storage system file that I've got that I need to upload to the website. So you can, like any hobby, you can use the system to put stuff away. And do you know what I mean? That's like it's all the files I get are based on like what I'm doing and how I'd want the hobby to be while I'm doing it. Do you know what I mean? Again, same as the gaming. Even with the gaming stuff, like I can print controller stands, and I could probably sell them, but like I'm only doing it because I want the stands. Do you know what I mean? So it's nice to be able to do it. I think for me, like you said, you haven't jumped ship yet because you're still in your 9 to 5. But I think for me, it was obviously I have no choice.
No
but
choice,
like, yeah, no choice. But like it's like I'm still quite early, and there's not like it's slow and steady wins the race, I guess. But like I'm still in a good position where like I can put all the effort I want into it and still have time to sort of do my things, but also put dedicated time in on top of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that. Obviously, with the parties as well, it's like I can, if you want certain games to play, I can get them ready and stuff like that. So they can kind of be tailored to what you want as well. So which I enjoy as well. I have so many ideas of stuff to go forward with as well, which is going to be crazy. Obviously, I need still different parts of equipment I want to get, and yeah, it's going to be just insane. Like I feel like it's going to be insane for me. Like moving forward.
Yeah, once you get into it, you really kick it off. And it's even like the small wins. Like even like earlier on, I was saying to you earlier on, like I did an Instagram post, Starline Forger Instagram, by the way. I did a post on Instagram to Element Games London, and they replied to that. Now that might seem trivial to anyone typically, but it's actually quite nice because when I've tagged them in stuff before, they've not replied. So the fact that they've replied means that there's something's working on that presence on Instagram, which then eventually could lead into, who knows, you could get partnerships with these types of places. You know what I mean? So it's all every time someone replies or even says thank you when I've shared their art on my page through the stories as well. Like it's nice because I can just see how I'm helping someone by just sharing a piece of art. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what's nice. And again, when I get onto I guess we can go onto the socials now a little bit. Yeah. So my friend over at Brush Liquor Club, or my friends even, they really helped me initially. Like they were really good at offering like help. They put me in contact with Warbay, which is like a Warhammer eBay. Those chaps over there, we're still working on a process, but like getting some of my products on their website to help. We might have some other projects that I'll work on them with, and the printing stuff for them, sort of thing, and stuff like that. Like they've been really helpful, and I really appreciate that they just got stuck in straight away. And we're like, yeah, let's help. We'll help. Do you know what I mean? And Sean, I haven't. Another Sean, funny enough, from uni. Sure, we went to uni together. I haven't spoke to him in a long time, and it was that thing of like he can see we're in the hobby and I'm trying to do something, and he's jumped in and helped, which has been really nice. Do you know what I mean? And same as like Jamelia, Green Dot Emo, Chris, Grog, like they've been really supportive and helpful. Jamelia's been helping me with my Instagram, getting like the posts and stuff prepared, because that was another learning kettle of fish, learning the metas, business profile and stuff. Like you've got a lot of stuff to learn, trust me.
Learn a lot.
Doing all of that, like she's really helped me with doing posts while I've been focused on stories, and she's got some reels. We're going to start doing reels as well. I think Instagram's getting to a good spot. I think once I hit 100 followers, which I need like 15 to hit 100 followers.
Okay.
Once I hit 100 followers, then I'll probably look at the next phase of social media that I need to use. I'm thinking YouTube might be the next phase, but I don't know yet because I want to get a lot more like video content of me doing stuff, which obviously you can do on Instagram.
Yeah.
But I want to try and get another outfit. But anyway, Jamelia will help me with that. I know that for a fact. And Sabrina, my partner, she's been very, very supportive as well, which has been nice. I don't think I'd be able to do half the ideas and stuff that I wanted to do without her talking me through it and bigging me up. So I appreciate her as well a lot. And then there's the workshop I go to, Maker Space Southeast London, near Brixton. That's been really good. I think that's boosted my confidence a little bit around printers because they've got a whole bunch of printers that I can use there as well. So that's been really nice. But also, like, I'm one of their 3D techs, so I support with their 3D printers. So I'm getting into the whole technical support of the printers while doing, it's all things are happening that all fit in. But the Makerspace is a really good space. You meet lots of great people there as well. But yeah, it's really nice. And then the social stuff, I was a bit of a social hermit. Like I had Facebook, the typical thing. You go on Facebook to just see what other people are doing. That's it. And if you look at my page on Facebook, it's just memes and that's it. Like just bad. So it was nice when I was learning Instagram, as trivial as that sounds at the age I am. But
trust me, there's a lot of people just learning. I'm definitely still learning it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So like, there's all of that as well, and learning all that. And I feel pretty good about how Instagram is now. So again, I feel ready to start dropping content elsewhere. but yeah, so there's lots of people helping, and even there's people that I've met on Instagram now that they're really helpful and they're liking lots of posts and supporting and stuff and sharing all the hobby love. Do you know what I mean? And that really helps. Yeah,
it's just the same. Like I say, my social officer with the Instagram gaming party pro on the Instagram. Same thing. I've not posted really anything yet because, like I say, I'm just building up content for it right now, which I hope to drop in the next couple of weeks, maybe a week or two. You'll probably definitely see a lot of posts on there going forwards, and like I say, just learning the algorithm, learning when to even post things. It's like it's insane. Like because certain people got it down to a science, like we got it down to a T. If I post that 6:15, like it will kick me this or or something like that. Like it's you have to learn so much, and as I say, I'm just kind of starting. So like, actually, I tell a lie. This is like my second coming of this. Actually, to be fair, no, it is. It really is because I started this technically not last year, the year before. I started this, and I kind of was like a bull in the china shop. I tried to do everything at once. I was running around leaflets and even I put stuff on social media, but I didn't know what I was doing properly and stuff like that. I mean, then I've done a few parties, and then I kind of then I eased back. Like I lost momentum very quickly.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't sure what I was doing. So then now it's like, okay, this is like the second coming now, 2.0. We're going to do everything properly. We're going to go through the motions, go through the stages, get everything done properly. So now I'm learning what I need to learn, which will help me now in the future. And I'll carry on as normal. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna rush like I did before.
Yeah, Instagram kind of did that. I didn't have a second way because it was the first time doing it. But I think where I set everything up, I was printing stuff and trying to make products. I think I went all balls deep and then realised actually I need to stagger and pace. And then once I started doing Instagram, where it's at now, I feel better about actually the staggering's fine. I might not get any success for several weeks, but on the website, but Instagram's backing that up, and then I might get something that comes out. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely think I had a bit of not a second coming, but a second coming with starting Instagram.
Yeah, because obviously my partner was Latoya. She's like same like you said with Sabrina. She's like super helping me. She's on the back end doing all the websites, the calls, that obviously helping me out a lot. Because all I'm kind of doing my side of it is really doing the social stuff and obviously doing the parties. So
yeah,
I'm like the face. I'm just like the face of it all. So, but she's helping me in the background definitely, and same thing like with Sabrina, like you said, that encouraging me, pushing me to do what I need to do, big time. And obviously my daughter's just there, just playing the games.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's insane, man. Like we're both just starting now, and hopefully we just grow.
Yeah, this is all stems from wanting to partner up. I guess I know that both fields are slightly awry, but it's like you see it on everything. It's two, I guess, entrepreneurs coming together to help each other, sort of support each other's business in a direction. Even with me and Sean, we've even talked about like there's a independent sellers market.
Yeah.
What is it, West Norwood?
It's in Norwood. You said.
Yeah, Norwood. And we're gonna scope it out for one weekend, and then the next weekend we're gonna probably see if we can attend. But it'll be that I'll obviously have product to sell, but Sean will have himself to sell.
Yeah,
I guess.
I'm selling myself.
Yeah, you are really, aren't you?
That sounds crazy.
It's worse if anyway. I'm not going to get into that. Sell his business then. Yeah. I think that makes more sense, not himself.
What business?
What business? Yeah. We've cracked at the end. But like promote it through there, and we want to do more events together. Even the bigger events, like even talk to Sean. Like there's Warhammer games that he could do parties for. That link to me. I can probably get files and prints for superhero.
Yeah.
Even like if you wanted like because you have Marvel Crisis, which is a Marvel tabletop game. Even you had that at a party, so people. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's ways. We're looking at ways to unique. I don't. Unique isn't the word. What diversify? No, is it diversify? No, I would say diversify. Create a unique flavour through diversifying what we offer. So that'll be through me having tabletops at parties or having parties at tabletop games. Do you know what I mean? Like it's one in the same. Just depends on who's hosting the session, but we'll see anyway. It's testing the flavour.
Warhammer games, I can just have them on consoles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Run something, and then I can just bring them in the background if you want to play. It's up to you.
Yeah, exactly. Heck, even you could even do. Now I'm thinking of ideas. You could even do. I'll bring Space Marines for people to build. Then they play Space Marine 2 with the Space Marines they build.
That's it.
Because there's customization options in Space Marine 2.
There you go.
Yeah. See, look, making dreams happen. But yeah, so stuff like that, right? So that's what we'll do. We'll mix it up, and we'll have more people on the podcast. I think even if this isn't like, the next Enigma code of podcasts, I think we'll still do it and have people on and have friends. And as I said, Brush Liquor Club, they do their podcast. We could probably meet up with them and do some collabs, hopefully, eventually, and stuff like that. So
yeah, I think going forward, it's just going to be definitely like, obviously, we'll hit you with information and be just more of a conversation. Like, let's everyone just speaking a piece about Warhammer gaming and anything else as well, like going forward as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you thought this was structured, then I'll take that because it was a loose structure to say the least. But that's part of this being a pilot. And I say this, this is our first recording, and I think we'll probably use most of this, if not use it, just because you have to start somewhere, and I think this is where we start. You can probably tell the confidence level changed from the start to now. We're comfortable, but it's always the way when you do these things. And I think, again, like Sean said, like we'll spit you with a bit of information. I probably won't necessarily, like for me, I won't necessarily have as much, because I can cover a lot of the stuff that I'll educate you with. Like we can pick a topic and then I'll just cover it. Do you know what I mean? So it'll be super free flow. Don't worry about it being regimental or anything. But this was cool.
This was fun.
Yeah, getting used to doing this sort of thing is going to be interesting. But I don't know what our schedule's like. We're going to try weekly, I think.
We'll try. Yeah, we'll try and do the weekly.
Yeah, and sometimes we'll probably meet up. Sometimes we'll probably have to do like a Discord call and then record it some way. Yeah. I think you can record through Discord like that. Maybe.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out anyway. I'm not going to try and reinvent the wheel now.
We'll figure it out.
But yeah.
Yeah, on what are we doing on the 21st? We're at Samsung KX Space.
Yes.
The last little bit of news there. We're at the Samsung KX Space on the 21st for Capcom Cross Samsung. That's what the event is. So we'll be getting hands on the games of like On a Mission 2, Samurai's Destiny Remastered. The Capcom Fighting Collection, like I said, just dropped, so we'll get hands on with that. Also, Katsugami, Path of the Goddess. It's been out for a little while. It's on Game Pass if you want to go play that. It's on there right now. And Street Fighter 6 as well. And obviously, we're all playing all these games on all the latest and greatest of the Samsung monitors in that space as well. It's quite a big space. If you've ever been to the Samsung KX space, it's a very big space. They've got loads of monitors everywhere. They've got a little Samsung bus part in there, which is like monitors as well, TVs. But yeah, it's very good. I mean, they'll have like little tournaments as well through the evening. It's from 4 till 9. They have a live DJ as well going on, so it should be fun.
Yeah, it'd be cool. No, I don't think. What was the last event I went to? What was the last gaming thing I went to?
Well, the last gaming thing we went to was the PlayStation concert.
Okay,
it's not really an event.
No, sorry, So I'm thinking out not that, but yeah, you're right. The last thing we went to was a PlayStation.
Anything gaming wise, I guess that's the
one. Yeah, that's right. I can't think of the last play session I went to, but yeah, we'll be doing them sorts of events and stuff as well. So we'll have that to talk about, and again, any news, and we'll just be chill. We'll have guest speakers, which I guess will help us with our flow of conversation as well, because there'll be a sort of a variety of heads to talk about. But hey, we'll see where this goes. And we'll probably add a little blurb at the beginning of this to emphasise this is a pilot, because even though we'll put it to pilot wherever we post it, we'll obviously tell you ahead of time if you made it this far, because I feel like a podcast is about that. I don't know how long a podcast really is. Yeah, well, we did the research. Yeah, so I'll put a disclaimer at the beginning, and then we'll probably roll with this and see where we get.
Yeah. So, last little parts. Where can they find you?
Star Lion Forge on Instagram, please.
Me, Gaming Party Pro on Instagram. I will set up the TikTok and everything for it as well later on. But for now, let's get familiar with the Instagram.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah,
So,
let's do it.
Instagram, that's me.
Cool. Yeah, thank you for listening. Again, if you made it this far, very much appreciate it. Follow, like, subscribe. I know that's a YouTube thing, but there we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wherever you hear this podcast, just
have a good one.
have a good one.
Yeah.